RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode. What it do?
But yeah, let's get to the recap.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with the PBC joint, you know what I'm saying?
Our musical recap is more entertaining than this recap coming up.
Oh man.
Yeah,
especially the main event. That I ain't had no problem with the first two fights.
Yeah, no, the first two fights. I guess we'll start with the first one, which was which one was it again? Oh yeah, of course, Boots Ennis versus Juan Carlos. Was it Abreu? Yeah, Abreu, whatever. So
damn.
So I mean, Boots obviously. I mean, this is like his first like real opportunity to be on national TV, to be on a notable triple header or whatever, and he did not disappoint. Like, you know, Abreu pretty much he blew weight because he was talking all that good shit, but then this nigga was 3 pounds overweight. So
gave up 20% of his purse.
Yep, and then they had to switch glove because I think they were going to use 8 ounces, but instead they had to use 10 because they couldn't have a nigga with that type of advantage with lighter gloves. That's how damage is done. So yeah, so it went through and Boots whooped that ass like thoroughly. Like dude.
It was the roughest, most entertaining fight I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, that shit.
Usually a fight that rough and ugly is like hard to watch, but this was one of those rough and tumble fights where you was like, damn, okay, like, yeah, because they were still landing clean punches and just going at it, and it's just the animosity, the intensity was there. I love that fight, shit.
Yep.
Yeah, Abreu was chasing that DQ life too,
and plus being a Street Fighter fan, we got a Shoryuken uppercut.
Yeah, we did.
Hell yeah.
And it was beautiful. He shoulder rolled and then bam, counter right uppercut. Dude,
he really dug deep and wound it up too. Like,
yeah. Honestly, that should have been it. But dude kept on popping up though. Like he was be down like he was out, and then he'd pop up like around 7 or so.
Because every time he fell, he looked like he got shot with a crossbow or some shit. So when this nigga would pop up, I'm like, he'd get up at the count of 6, and I mean, from what I was told, whenever you get up after the count of 4, that means you're hurt.
Yeah, they always try to say, "Oh, he's just clearing his head." Like, no, he's not clearing. He's not just clearing his head. Like,
nah, that nigga was hurt.
Yeah,
but he was still composed enough to get up at 6. Like, but that nigga was legit. You're just not gonna lie there for no reason.
Yeah, that nigga was in Narnia right now.
I don't know, because I've been taught the opposite. I've always been told if you get knocked down, stay down till 8, regardless of whether you want to get up or not. Stay down till 8. Take the 8.
Stay down till it hits what?
Till 8.
8.
Nigga, get the fuck out of here. 8 is too long. Like, nigga, you want to take a nap? Like, well, were you waiting for coffee? Get the fuck out of here. Who told you that shit?
No, like, I'm not saying like you got to be down on the ground at 8, but at least on your knees.
Dude, 8 is still too fucking late. You know how many times niggas done had their shit stopped and they on their knees at 8?
Yeah, because there's some refs though that they just looking for reasons, especially if like hometown refs. They're looking for
like this nigga said, dude, like yo, fire that nigga. Who told you that?
Well, if Zab would have listened to that advice, maybe he wouldn't have came up looking like the stanky leg against Costa Zoo.
Yeah, I mean,
8 is still too long though. Imagine how long he would have had. How much he would have been wobbling in 8 seconds.
Yeah, I mean Zab popped up at 1 like a fucking Jack in the Box. Like,
yeah, like
that's where
from 1 and 8 is like a huge gap, bro.
Yeah. I mean that nigga could at least stay down to like 3 at least, but he just he got up and boom, and then started doing the jitterbug, and that's also
because he could have easily did a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and now started to get himself get up.
I mean, because like essentially, because I always say that because that's what Buster Douglas did against Tyson when he got knocked down. That's why everybody thought it was a long count. No, he could have got up. He was just taking the 8. He was taking the full 8 count to get his composure together and get up.
But he still took a chance though, because there's some judges, there's some refs that if you're not standing up straight by 8, it's like they just wave it off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, I'm not gonna put myself in that fucking danger. Like,
fair enough.
That's too fucking close to 8. Like, I can understand if somebody sits 6, then you got 4 seconds. By the time 8 come, he needs to be taking your gloves and you need to be standing up at 8. Fuck all that.
Word.
Not laying there and getting up at 8. What the?
Yeah.
Well, not laying down like back on the floor.
But if any party, look, the only thing need to be touching the floor on the fucking 8 is your fucking feet. if an ankle is touching the floor or your fucking knee or your thigh, then nah, nigga, it's too fucking late.
But I mean, at least with Abreu, I mean, he got up in time. Like, it wasn't like
he definitely beat the time each time.
Yeah, what I'm saying. But I mean, all the time. But of course, it was just catch some more ass whooping too. Like, Boots was really composed, and he was just really just laying some combinations into dude, man.
Hurtful combinations. I mean, he got hit a few good times, but it never looked like he was rocked or buzzed. Like he just ate them shits.
No, I think it's just more or less because he was like, you know what, I'm going for the kill, so you get called a couple of shots. It happens,
Yeah. But some of them were in the exchanges where like he would kind of take it, but he's landing something bigger and better. So, But yeah, it was an excellent opener.
Yeah, I mean,
took the card off right.
Yeah, and definitely, I know people on social media, boxing social media, they were all buzzing about that, about dude. So I mean, I think dude's time has come. You just got to put him in with some competition now. Like, you can't lower his competition now. They got to start thinking about putting it in with somebody. But he thinks he's not signed with PBC though, so it's just like we don't, because he still has some promoter issues going on. So we don't know.
Thank God he was able to fight though. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, I still want to see him against Virgil Ortiz. I mean, I still think. I mean, I want to see a high-level prospect fight at 147.
Nigga, that ain't happening. Stop that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna put that in the air, though.
You're like some idealists on that shit.
Yeah, that's some pie in the sky shit. Stop it.
I am. I'm trying to be.
I don't see that fight happening unless one of them gets a belt and they just say, "Fuck it, let me make."
No, both of them. Nah, that's a unification title fight.
Yeah, but unifications are hard to come by now, man. Like, I know we've been getting plenty of them right now recently, but 2 guys of that caliber, I think you'll have to take one guy gets the belt and the other guy just call him out like, "Look, I'm the top prospect. Yeah, you got the belt, but fuck it. Fight me," type shit. And the other guy just says, "You know what? We'll do it." Like, somebody has to get at least one belt. Like, I don't see that fight happening any other way.
Either or a mandatory or an eliminator type of deal, or movie. Yeah. If there's no belts in the eliminator, so.
But I don't even think they would want to waste that on the eliminator.
I mean, like I said, I'm trying to be positive in 2020 right now.
Because it's like that's a championship fight.
Yeah, but I mean, I do think Boots' time is coming. Like, and I just don't want him to drop. I mean, Abreu's a good like little like mark right now. Just you got. I mean, let him clean up some old welterweights at least, like the ones that are still lingering around PBC, like a Berto or somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, or I
don't think beating Berto at this stage is going to do anything.
It'll do something for me, man. Shit, I'll laugh.
You can't stand Berto, so you wanted to see him get whooped up and shit.
I do. I'm not afraid to admit it. Shit.
Damn. First he hating on Ice Cube, now he hating on Berto.
You need to let go of that hate in your heart, Pat.
Yeah, damn. And but I'm the angry guy, like, dude.
I mean, he's a Florida guy, so I understand your fascination with me. I
mean, I'm not calling the dude a Hall of Famer, but he was a good fighter. Like, he was solid,
Nah, but you act like he did he fuck your girl or something like that?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
nah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That dude was trash, bro.
If there was a Berto Danny Garcia fight, you would be hoping for a double knockout.
I mean, everyone knows Berto would be knocked out because his chin is horrid anyway. So I mean, and I don't expect him to beat anyone anymore. So you might as well feed him to someone like Boots. Get his rep up at least. Get a highlight reel on his resume.
Let Crawford fight Boots.
Okay, I'll accept that too.
If Crawford beat Boots, then he the real deal, and yeah. I'll shut the fuck up.
I can say all that. You know what I'm saying? I just that's a good fight. Crawford beats Boots, it's whatever. But.
And all that Crawford criticism that come from me, like I won't be saying nothing no more. I'll be like, shit, he beat Boots.
You know what I'm saying? But Boots is I definitely want to see Boots, and hopefully maybe by January at least, since he didn't take a lot of punishment, whatever, and he punished dude. So bring him back again. Put him on the Showtime card. And put him. Make sure you have Clarissa Shields as like the undercard or something like that. So niggas have someone to watch after that. So so it's all good. But the second fight though was a little bit more interesting than I thought it would be. It was King Tug. Originally, King Tug was supposed to face Eduardo Ramirez, the dude that beat up one of the Barthélemy brothers on the Wilder Ortiz two pay-per-view. But something fell through, and then we got Tim Brady lookalike. I mean, that dude was that dude. Everything about dude was Tim Bradley-ish to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look and fought like him.
Just with faster hands.
Yeah, exactly. And that one was a pretty good start. I thought King Tug was gonna end that shit early because he dropped dude like hard in the first 2 rounds.
That was hurting him.
Yeah, he was. But somehow, some way, Kobia Brady, that's his name. He got himself back in the fight, and he bloodied King Tug's nose. And King Tug, for whatever reason, as he's gifted offensively, but sometimes he goes into these lulls of non-action. Sometimes. And
Rocky Warriors for this era.
Yeah. And then you can see Brady actually winning some rounds. He was really busy.
Yeah, he was working that jab, and he was letting the combos fly, and even though he was inaccurate as fuck sometimes, at least 1 or 2 of those punches that come through out of those speed bursts. So yeah, and he was catching over some.
Yeah, and even though he got knocked down twice, he was still wanting to fight on the inside with dude. And like I said, King Tug throws some real mean combinations. And he caught Brady with a couple of them. Like, got to the point where one of his eye was almost closed.
This was like the Matisse Alexander fight, but the right guy got the scores. And
the funny thing too is I didn't think that was going to happen. Because when they announced split decision, I was like, what? Because I thought King Tug won that shit like pretty handily.
Yeah, clearly he did.
Clearly.
Yeah, but I don't know where they came up with the 115-111 for Brady. I didn't.
Because Brady got dropped twice, so you're basically saying he won 9 rounds. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. That's that score was just awful.
Yeah, Wilder Fury won. This was not.
Yeah, hell no, it was not. And then the other scores was 114-113, which was odd too, and then 114-112, which is also kind of odd. So it's like, dude barely won, and you're just like they were looking for a reason to job to do. That's how I felt, and I don't know why. But but at least the right person did win the fight. So I mean, and then of course, what happens now? King Tug will most likely get another shot at the aforementioned, Gary Russell Jr. Another shot, which I'm really not. And I think I have a feeling that's probably the reason why he's probably tried to job dude. Almost.
I'll entertain a rematch.
I don't see dude because he was complaining. King Tug was saying like, "Oh, my foot was hurting" or some shit like that. I don't see anything different. I mean,
if he put those combos on him like he was a Brady, shit, he might have some work for him this time.
Yeah, but I'm thinking
the fight was competitive enough where I'm not wrong. I'm not mad at a rematch if it happened.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, man, I would like Gary to fight someone different, but Gary
It wasn't Bivol Joe Smith. Shit.
No, it wasn't. But it's just like I want Gary to fight someone a little bit different, a little bit more higher profile. But Gary Russell.
Yeah,
Gary
Yeah,
Russell.
well, that's not going to happen either. So, what's the point?
Yeah, Gary does what he wants to do. So I mean, what can you say? But but at least it was a good fight, King Tug and Brady, and then Brady probably earned himself a couple more paydays, a couple more appearances on some PBC cards, too. I mean, that dude might actually, make some noise at featherweight at some point. Now the main event, though,
Buzzkill.
Yeah, it was a buzzkill, especially when you talk about all the cash shit that these niggas were both talking before this shit, like on Twitter and everything, and like Twitter fingers all over the place. So you think like, okay, they're gonna thump or whatever. Got
Nope.
none of that. Not in the first 8 rounds, at least.
Yeah, I don't know what they was doing then.
Yeah, they were on some like, they were cautious. Like it was a chess match, and it wasn't an interesting one at that either.
Nah,
No,
it shouldn't have
everybody
been
was
there.
afraid of getting hit with the big punch.
Yeah, and surprisingly, the person who did get hit with a big punch and got hurt was Lubin. Lubin did a little hucklebuck after a hook, and I'm just like, oh shit. and he was really hurt. Like dude's leg went under him, he did that little jerk, and I'm like, oh.
Like honestly, he was one good punch away from getting like knocked down or something.
Hell yeah. And I was waiting for I was like, sure, like go in, like let your hands go. But dude was first he was trying to punch around him, and then after that he was just like trying to find something. Like either way, he didn't take advantage of the moment. Like overwhelming with some punches. Like some of them shit was
Yeah,
cool.
he just kind of stayed there, not slipping, just got his hands up, no feints, just being basic as fuck. I know they talked about his stellar amateur career, but I just don't see it. Like the fuck.
Yeah, no, like Gashaw, like every time I see this dude fight, like it's like
He looks so ordinary.
Yeah, like
There's like no passion, no
Ordinary.
sense of urgency.
Ordinary and feather fisted. Terrible combination.
yeah, but
I don't even know if he feather fisted because I legit see him rock people. Like he be hurting people. It just, he's those type of guys where their temperament hurts their power.
right, like
If you don't let his hands go, and then it's like, damn, dude, you one of those guys that kind of hurt. The good things happen when you let your hands go, but you just too short.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think it's really like if he got more offensive, he probably would have had more success. Like if it was more offensive, he probably could have gotten rid of Trout, something like that, But
Shit, he could have got rid of Lubin if he had more damn belief in his offense. He had Lubin dead to rights, man.
he did. And then
He had enough time to do it.
And then the roles reversed in the next round.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And see, this one thing is like you shouldn't be damn any people who got power could hit. You gotta demoralize them. You don't just keep them around. And I think that's the mistake Lubin did. Like he just kept doing just enough, and it almost got him knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Like he really wasn't putting enough punishment on Gausha, who was just standing right there. Counter with the jab, try to parry, but just pretty much not doing anything.
Yeah, no, and Lubin was just like, how are you getting rocked by this dude like this? Like, how you get hurt that badly against Gausha like that? I'm just like, it's just like, you're trying to make a statement to get back into this 154 life, bro. Like, that wasn't a good showing. Although he did show life in the final round, like he rocked him, and he tried to put him away, but Gausha.
Yeah. The damage was done. The damage was done already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because even if he put him away, it's like people would look at it. Well, you're supposed to put him away, but
It took too long. It was like an Andre fight.
Yeah, and then granted he won the decision, but I know Charlo was like, no, you're not getting a rematch, bro. Like this not even worth it. It was like,
Yeah.
I was like, you see it, Lubin.
yeah,
Lubin,
he still makes a lot of the same mistakes he made before. So it's like I don't see any different, unfortunately.
Yeah, leaning into counters and stuff like that. I mean, like, you know,
They keep saying like he got more mature, but I didn't see. I think a mature, more version. He looked better against Gallimore.
He did.
Agreed.
It was just like Lubin.
Like Lubin's stock definitely stayed the same to me.
I think it went down.
Like I wouldn't want him to fight, huh?
I think his stock went down, even in the win.
Yeah, no, yeah. A lot of people were negative about that performance about him. Like they weren't happy with that performance.
I mean, I wasn't either, but the thing is, he still won, and he won clean. So I don't want to, I don't want to say his stock went down, but he still won clean. But if he's trying to impress people and raise his stature up, then that wasn't the performance to do it. If he's trying to gain experience, then yeah, that fight helped with that. But raise his stature to where I want to see him fight one of the champions, hell nah. Like you can't, that's not a leading in performance.
I mean,
he needed to take care of Gausha. He needed to really put in work.
But considering that he's a WBC mandatory, you have to look at it that way.
Yeah. But even if he is, I wouldn't I literally would go and try to fight another fight. I would honestly do.
I mean, they're rushing him into this, but I know 154 moves. You have unexpected people become champions, but Lubin may just want to pump his brakes a little bit.
Yeah, it's because he got rushed into the Charlo fight the first time, and it's bro, you needed way more seasoning before you fight a monster like that. Second time around, he got a little more seasoning, but he's not really cooking the steak right. So, get this nigga a chance. Put him in there with some baked potatoes, a corn on the cob.
I think just a prediction. I think what's going to happen is he's going to end up fighting, because I've been hearing rumors that next year, Jermell Charlo's going to be moving up to 160. I've been hearing rumors about that. So I think he's going to end up fighting for a vacant belt.
See, there we go. 154 always moves, man.
Yeah.
But
the first Charlo ain't get his shot yet. You need two of them like that? Nah.
No. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Jermell should just
stay your ass at 154. You got plenty of good fights there.
Exactly. Don't go to no 160 unless 160's belts get freed up.
I mean, because look, he still got hurt. He still got Castaño.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, literally the whole top 10, 15 from either or, there's solid competition at 154. He can make 154 a real money division if he stays. 160 has too much politics involved, and then the only belts that'll be available is Jamal's belt. They're not gonna fight each other for the title. I mean, well, maybe they might, because they be jawing back and forth with each other on social media.
Nope. Although they angry enough to be the first two brothers that probably would.
Yeah. Facts.
So I mean, I don't know, but yeah, I wouldn't want to see it. I'm good.
Yeah, ditto for that.
Stay at 154 and rule that shit a little longer.
Right.
I can see if he moved up 2022.
Yeah. No. But Charlo, stay there. Lubin, pump your brakes, bro. You won, but you didn't really win.
Yeah.
Because your legs came unstuck with one punch again. So, you need to be careful. But yeah, overall, outside of the main event, the PBC, it was actually a good showing. It was entertaining until that one, But yeah, no more Gausha in main events, people. Whoever's the PBC matchmakers, if you happen to be listening to this, no more Terrell Gausha unless he bodies somebody at that weight, body someone.
Yeah. And even then, nah. And even then, I still want him on the co-main event.
Like we good regardless. Might be a Terrell Washington situation.
Shit, sometimes I think he has a lower situation in case, he can only be in main events now. Because literally every time I see him fight lately, he's in main events. So, but yeah, body somebody first before, before you can headline the fight so people can get interested in it. But at least this card was definitely better than the Top Rank card. My goodness. Ugh.
Oh, Lord.
Well, for at least Top Rank, whatever it is, like their young prospects, they score like the fades and the KOs, and that's interesting. But when it comes to like their main parts of their card, my goodness, it's a chore to watch. It's a chore and a half to watch.
Yeah. The meat and potatoes portion of the card is cooked well done.
Yeah, like there was nothing on there was nothing on that really basically Ramirez is on there and he pretty much is showing me that he doesn't have power like that at featherweight. I think it's featherweight he's at. He punished dude, but he couldn't even drop him once. This is a dude that Shakur Stevenson dropped a couple of times and stopped, and he couldn't do the same. He tried though. God bless him. He tried, but he couldn't drop dude. So it's just he went to another decision. And then probably the biggest disappointment of the night was Efe Ajagba, who was making his Top Rank debut. After he had he left PBC and then he left Ronnie Shields.
New promotion, same Efe Ajagba.
Different trainer too, and he actually looked worse. Probably the worst I've ever seen. There was nothing he was just so sloppy. He throw a jab and then right in the right hand, and then occasionally the right hand would come through and buckle dude, but dude's down his feet, and he wasn't really mixing up his punches like he could do doing. He was just plodding around the ring stiff, and then occasionally his opponent was Jonathan Rice or John Rice or whatever they called him, Johnny Rice. Occasionally he'd land a hard right counter, which FA would eat it and then just continue to move forward. And it just turned to be it got tedious after maybe 3 rounds of it. So I was like, okay, it's Tim Bradley's talking about, well, he's being patient. He's being he's learned to be a boxer. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then literally there was no adjustment. It was just literally flowing around him for 10 rounds. Jonathan Rice literally got, it takes some skill to actually last 10 rounds and not go down by the right hand he got hit with occasionally. But I'm going to give Efe a pass since it was his first fight with a new trainer. But yeah, no, he'll if he continues to fight like that, he will be upset by somebody. And that'll kind of kill whatever Bob or Jay Prince has in store for him.
That's not an if, but a when. We know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, and I like Efe Ajagba too. I do, but I didn't see. I saw pure regression in that fight, and it's it's too early. It's too early to be showing regression like that. I know, but Top Rank might have to be very careful with his opponents.
Yeah,
don't be too eager to feed him to Tyson Fury or somebody, or even Otto Wallin or whatever. Dude.
Should have stayed on PBC.
Well, once Jay Prince gets a hold of you, you go where Jay Prince wants you to go.
Damn.
It's the truth. I'm not saying anything that's a lie with that. It wasn't a good look, and and if there was a live crowd there, they would have booed that shit out of there.
See, that's the thing. See, I didn't see the Top Rank cards, so I really ain't got nothing.
Yeah, I did, and it was I regretted it. So I was booing that shit from my fucking house.
Damn.
Yeah, and then the main event too. I had high hopes that would actually be competitive. Mostly because I'm not really a believer in Javier Molina, and I'm still PO that he actually beat Amir Imam cleanly, and it's just
of course you are.
And I was just fuck, he's now he's gonna get himself a really good fight, and then he gets Pedraza. Pedraza's trying to get himself a 140 shot, or maybe even a rematch with Zepeda, somebody. and one person showed up to fight. The other one tried, but was different. Was clearly at a different level. Pedraza beat the shit out of Molina. Like, that's not hyperbole. He beat the absolute shit out of him.
It was worse than the last fight.
Well, Pedraza had some entertaining rounds where he was beating the shit out of Molina.
Keep it real. He beat the ever living shit out of him, dude. So,
damn, it was worse than the other cat he beat last time.
Yes, it was.
Damn,
yeah.
I thought he was putting hands on him.
Nah. He put hands, feet, elbows, put everything on this.
Yeah. Pedraza was dirty. Yeah, he was probably a little dirty too. Like he up. Yeah,
nah, fucking dirty.
Yeah, like dirty, and then like was letting them combinations fly. Like Molina was ready to go on a couple occasions in that fight,
which is weird because like this, I'm like, this nigga's dominating. Why is he like resorting to like these fucking MMA fucking shots, fucking elbows and shit?
I mean, he was. I mean, yeah. Like I was like, man, like I mean, who told him to like throw PR specials? Like he was like, he was really going off on dude. Like I said, I mean, it was entertaining, but it was too one-sided. Where I was thinking, okay, maybe Molina would have actually turned a corner. Nah, I mean, Molina probably is gonna need like a tune-up after that fight. You know, Pedraza won that shit handily. So, like, you know, if you're doing that, you might as well throw him in a big fight somehow. Like, you know, have him fight the winner of Baranchek and Zepeda. That's going down in a couple of weeks or something like that. You know, Pedraza's trying to be trying to be a 3-weight champion. Make him fight a fight that will prove that he's worthy of a title shot against either Taylor or Ramirez or somebody or whoever's going to be champion down the, in the next 4 months or so, give or take. But yeah, the top ranked card, like I said, like the young prospects, they shine because there was some brutal knockouts on there. But once the meat and potatoes part of it, it wasn't hitting. It was not hitting at all. So
yeah, the meat and potatoes was worse than fucking Chili's 2 for $20.
Damn.
Oh man, no words. I mean, it was not a good card.
Yeah, you didn't miss out on anything else.
No, you didn't.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, no. So those are basically the recaps from the fights for this past weekend.